Hi, I'm Mario from Echo Road, and I'm here today with a rig rundown of my gear. So, to start us off, we have the Black Strat here. I've been playing this one for about 4 years. It's really been my bread and butter for a while. I don't really love Strats, to be honest. Most of the guitarists I look up to are non-Strat players, ironically. Alex Lifeson, Jimmy Page. Um, so it's been interesting trying to make this as Gibson sounding as possible. Um, so I changed out some of the pickups here. Actually, these two are stock, but I've drilled the middle pickup down because who likes the middle pickup? Um, and then we've got a humbucker here, which was replaced, so it's a Seymour Duncan 59, which really gives it a quite a nice bite to it. So this was really on the whole record, pretty much everything of Out in the Open, which we just released in this past April. A little bit on the SG, but not too much because it actually was a recent gift. But I got to borrow it for some of the records. So some of the backing guitars are on that, but all the solos are pretty much this. So we can take a little listen to this. So yeah, it doesn't to me it doesn't sound like a normal Strat. So it definitely for some of the harder solos and stuff, some of the more bluesy aspects of our music, it definitely I think it gets you there. Um, so yeah, when it comes to the amp, it's actually a recent purchase. I've had this one for about 8 months, so none of it was really on the records. Actually, for the record, I went through. For the album, I went through my buddy's Aiden, who owns this studio that we see here. I went through his Vox, so that's most of it, and then I also used Michael, the other guitarist of Echo Road, his Fender for some of the stuff, but mostly the Vox. Vox was the tone I was going for at the time, kind of a little bit woofier sound, but so I've got this amp here, which is a Fender Blues Deluxe reissue. I think the year is 1990 that it was made, so it's vintage. So I bought it used actually for pretty cheap. And what's interesting is whoever was the previous owner of this amp changed out the speakers. So there's actually blueback speakers, which are kind of known to have a little more high end, a little more bite to it. So you heard what you just the bit of A City in the Sea that I was playing, and there's no bass on that at all. No bass. The middle is on about 3.5. The treble is on 10.5, which is really, really something there. So, because there's so much low end to it, So if you got a little bit of the neck pickup there, which for a stock pickup sounds really nice. I actually really enjoy it. I don't use the neck that much. It's more the bridge pickup stuff. Really, the only place I start to get into that is broken chain. So, and yeah, you heard me throw in a little bit of the small clone chorus, which I've got here, which I've recently even found out about the pickup, the pedal itself. So it was quite interesting. I was watching videos on it, I played it, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. And it's really easy. I don't really like pedals, to be honest. They're kind of, I don't know. I mean, a lot of money for like a little metal box, you know? Like, what does it really do? Do you really need it? No. So I used to just go straight into the amp, or sometimes have a wah. But I got to a point where, you know, there's a good amount of sounds on the record that I have to replicate live. So I figured, all right, well, I've got to do something about this. So yeah, I got a chorus. I don't really use it too much. But here and there I'll throw it in, you know, City in the Sea. But then if we go to Broken Chain, I start to use some more pedals, and I switch to a clean tone, actually. And I usually like to go with the middle and neck here, so you get... So yeah, it gets a little bluesy there, which is really nice. A little jazz. Throw in the 9 chord. So yeah, actually, like I said, I don't really use the middle pickup, which is why I've kind of screwed it down in there, which I think I got from, I think it was Jeff Beck, but I think that was what he did. I could be wrong about that. But I like this. It's got a nice tone to it for sure. And then as we go into the solo section, then I do switch to the neck, and then I'll also engage the delay here. So I've got the carbon copy analog delay. I really tried to channel as much from David Gilmour for the solo as I could. So I've got the delay, and then also the triangle big muff, which certainly gives it a bit of a Floydian vibe to it. All right, and so just the delay. So yeah, it's a pretty hefty device there for a little metal box. So yeah, now let's take a look at the SG here. So this one is yet another gift, which I've been using quite a bit lately. So at the time of the record, I did, let's see, what did I do on this thing? I did I think I did most of Red Girl on this. The solo of Red Girl isn't on this, but most of Red Girl, parts of City in the Sea, I think that might be it. Broken Chain, I didn't play on this. I don't really play that much electric on the record, ironically. But actually, Michael got a chance to use this for one of the backing guitars on Songbird. It's really, really low in the mix, so if you can hear it, it's a good ear. It's actually in drop D, which is interesting. So yeah, this has got when it was recording, it was just Epiphone P90s, but I recently got them replaced with Gibson P90s. So this is from my friend Daniel Teneo, a very generous fellow who let us borrow this for the record and then just gave it to us. So yeah, it's got a really, really, really nice. Do a little tune, happy trees, you know. I said happy tree. Personally, I'm not really a big P90s guy, but it does the trick. So, actually, why don't we go to the drive? Let's go. Yeah. So yeah, it's got a little bit of bite. Actually, I like the tone a little bit higher, so. Yeah. And then, if you want something perhaps a little bit more pagey. This one does it for me. So the last pedal that I've got over here is the Vox wah. So I used to run a Dunlop wah. On the record, it's a Dunlop wah, but I don't really like them anymore. So the Vox wah is really changed the game in terms of the frequencies that are involved. So this is the 847A, I believe. The Dunlop wah, just, I don't know, there's a certain kind of weirdness with it. But this'll do. Let's get a little bit of the neck pickup in it too. So that about does it here today. You can come back tomorrow, or you cannot come back at all. So that about does it today here at Evandria Studios. I want to thank you for watching. Had a really good time explaining the gear, what I do live. So make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. It's at Echo Road Band. Check out our album. You can check out our album on Spotify and Apple Music. It's out in the open. to hear all of the great riffs that I've played today. Make sure to hit the subscription button and the notification bell, because we're going to have more rig rundowns. Next up is probably Gabe, the bassist. He plays the bass. So, thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day or evening.